Goldman Sachs is getting close to offering Bitcoin investment products to its wealthy clients. Hugh Sun joins us now. Does Goldman know Bitcoin was like $4,000?
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Chase and this is a Penny Pincher's Guide investing in personal finance, and today we're going to talk about some breaking news on where Bitcoin could be going with some big investment firms. Stick around and find out. Alright, so yeah, you heard it right. We'll jump right into the video. Goldman Sachs is close to offering Bitcoin and other digital assets to its wealth management clients. That is crazy. This might be something that we will be causing the catalyst to move forward, getting us back from this, this pullback with Bitcoin's price and reaching that 40,000 point. A lot of people believe that this is a bear trap, not the actual bear market. So this could be a way for that to happen. So we'll just kind of go over some key points that I found in this article and talking about what could lead to this big price jump. So the bank was aiming to begin to offer investments in the emerging asset class. They were actually calling it an asset class in and of itself. It was not putting it in with other things that were similar to it. But Goldman Sachs is a huge player in the investment firm, and they're talking about putting a full spectrum investment on Bitcoin and digital assets. Whether that's through actually investing specifically in Bitcoin or in derivatives or traditional investment vehicles, because other places have talked about getting investments in funds or grayscale or things like that. Well, they're potentially talking about moving on to actual Bitcoin investing or particular cryptocurrency investing. They were talking about, we are working closely with teams across the firm to explore ways to offer thoughtful and appropriate access to the ecosystem for private wealth clients, and that's something that we expect to offer in the near term. So pretty interesting stuff. I'm going to go back up to the video and let you continue watching. It's a pretty good synopsis of what's happening with Goldman Sachs, and we'll talk a little more afterwards.
It's like 18 months ago, and now it's like 57,000. This is part of their expertise view.
Well, Joe, I think those dizzying charts that everybody is looking at and salivating over, that's one of the reasons why Goldman and others are getting into this. They are in a client business. So when clients of Goldman Sachs or clients of Morgan Stanley, call up their financial advisor and say, should I have an allocation to Bitcoin? Look at what it's done. Should I have...
Or they're moving their money to Robinhood or things like that, to other platforms where they can start investing in this. That becomes a problem for them.
A 1%, 2%, 3% allocation to this emerging asset class, they've had to say, well, as a firm, we can't really recommend that. Well, that changes, and that changes very, very soon. So as we report exclusively on CNBC.com, Goldman Sachs is very close, and in the second quarter will begin offering Bitcoin and other digital asset-related investments to its private wealth management clients. This is sort of the Tony private bank of Goldman.
Now that is important. They're offering it to their private wealth management clients. So certain type of people that have a certain amount of money that they are being managed will have this option.
Goldman Sachs, they really target people in endowments with at least 25 million in assets under management.
Yeah, I understand.
And 25 million is a lot. Won't affect a lot of the people like you and I, but it will, with that money inflowing into Bitcoin, can cause a big catalyst to push the price up.
They probably do see the demand now, but they are supposedly are known to be the smartest, the savviest, one of the best firms at analyzing these things, Hugh. And it's just taken a while. I mean, guys like Andreessen or even Paul Tudor Jones or Druckenmiller, this is. They are so far behind the curve on this, and that's fine that they finally are coming around with it. But you see my point. Wow, thanks. Thanks. Maybe it's an asset class at 58,000. Thanks for that, Goldman.
Well, Joe, they are of the belief that we are still at the very, very beginning stages of this new nation asset class. And if you think about it,
that's true. A lot of people are saying that this is the very beginning, that 50,000 is, just the peak, and they're looking for that $200,000 point to reach, to make it reach that same market cap that actual gold has. And that's what people are thinking, that, with Bitcoin reaching that $200,000 point, that would put them at the same market cap as gold. and that's where they're getting that prediction.
It's a little more than a decade old. So when you look at the investment banks, they are the nexus of overlapping regulatory regimes. They're not. They obviously have a higher threshold given their role in the last financial crisis about getting into new and speculative asset classes. So it's easier for hedge fund managers and the like to plow into this. It is, however, more meaningful that a Goldman Sachs will pierce that barrier and be one of the very first investment banks to say, you know what, we legitimize this asset class. We think it's not going away. There's a future to this. We don't know what the future looks like, but we know it's going to exist in the future, or we believe it's going to exist in the future. And I think that's the news today, Joe.
And that's true. That's really the news. As one of these big investment firms starts, addressing the asset class of Bitcoin and, stating it out in the public, then other ones are going to continue to follow, and the money will continue to follow as well. So that's some big news going on with Bitcoin, how that can make a giant impact on the price moving forward. So we'll jump over, you look at Goldman Sachs, right? They focus on like transportation sectors, other asset classes like copper is a new oil, multiple different things that they're kind of going over in their website. You don't really think about Bitcoin, but now that this is there and they're going to start adding this in, I think that we can start seeing some big moves with Bitcoin as the time moves on. So where it is at right now, right around that 38,000 right now, who knows what's gonna happen, but I think that could be a catalyst to get to 40,000 and then continue to bounce up during this this bull market. It's not a bear market right now. If you look at some of the charts that compare, back in 2017 and 2012, the charts right now, and I don't have one on the screen, but basically it kind of bounced down a little bit, and we're right at this point before it had a giant increase in price. So just a few things I want to kind of go over in this article. Other articles, it's talking about, it's time to take Bitcoin a little bit more seriously. This is stated by one of Goldman Sachs associates. Bitcoin is now considered an investable asset. We already went over that. Clients and beyond are largely treating it as a new asset class, so that they think that they need to do that too. Some other articles noting some important stuff, saying that, it's largely due to currency's own idiosyncratic risk, partly because it's still relatively new and going through the adoption phase. That is true. Also, it feels like a regulatory tone has turned more constructive, but I certainly wouldn't want to be complacent. And that's what they're talking about. They don't want to miss this, because if their clients move, then they will, the money's moving, and then they will not be able to keep up with everybody. And then the last thing I want to kind of go over is just the coin market cap going on right now, still ranked number one, right around that 38,000. It has stayed pretty consistent over the past day. And then we also look down at the 7-day, right? We have this pullback consolidation. And then in the past day, it's been just kind of going up and down, not really changing, waiting for that next catalyst. And I think this could be one, as more information gets out, it gets more on TV, we can see that bounce up past that 40,000 and see it go up from there. So if you did get some good information from this video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It makes a big difference to our channel. Go ahead and comment down below with what you think is going to be happening with Bitcoin or other coins that you think will be going up. We may be able to cover those moving forward. And as always, I want to remind you to pitch a little bit.
Thanks for watching. And if you liked this video, make sure to check out the video that's on the left-hand side of your screen.
Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like more great content and to support our channel.